Welcome to another video from 10x Investor Education. So this video is about one of the biggest bank based in digital bank based in Brazil, South America, and backed by Warren Buffett, a digital bank, a credit card company, a fintech company, is going public with a $40 billion valuation, and the IPO is available on Robinhood to apply. So let's get into the details. This is the new bank or new holdings. So this is the company from IPO Scoop. Okay, this is the small description about the company. So New is one of the world's largest digital banking platforms based on number of customers. Okay, so it's the top in the world. So you can't compare them with a Chase or Bank of America. Reason because they are not pure digital. Okay, so they have store, they have banking, physical banking locations. So this is pure digital. They don't have physical credit card, they don't have physical bank account or checks, anything. Everything is digital banking platforms, and one of the leading technology companies in the world with 48. So this is important. So this is the valuation that is trading like a tech company, not a or software company, but not as a bank. So with 48 million customers across the Brazil, Mexico, Colombia as of September 30, 2021, last quarter. Our customers include 28% of the population of Brazil aged 15 to and above. So new bank, South America population around 650 million. Out of that, Brazil is the highest population, and Brazil 28 Brazil people already into new bank customers. So the growth in future, we have to see how they are going to grow. So new bank is perhaps the best known for its credit cards. So like 30% of their money revenue comes from the credit cards and the fees. Excuse me. This is started in 2013, the journey of their bank. Okay, so in 2013, when Sequoia Capital invested $1 million, now their worth is $7 billion. Okay, so in last 8 years, so the market value of which estimates will reach approximately $1 trillion in 2021. This opportunity includes approximately 650 million people in Latin America, according to the World Bank. So basically, what they are saying is that TAM for financial services is $1 trillion. And right now they only make close to $1.2 billion revenue. So they are saying they have a lot of potential to grow. Okay, another thing important note is we were listed in 2021 by Time Magazine, 100 most influenced company in the world, and CNBC, one of the top 50 disruptors in the world. So basically they are certainly a disruptor. Okay, so we have to see, is it really a valuation of 40 billion worth it? So I will show the CNBC list of 50 disruptor companies which have great list of companies. So the IPO is supposed to be at $10 because of all the things that happened last week with fintech companies that really went down to 50-week low bit for Square, PayPal, lot of companies. So there is a lot of pressure to reduce the market cap. So the valuations reduced by 10%. So instead of 50 billion, it went down to 40 billion. So $8 to $9 range. 289 million shares are offered, which are getting dumped to raise around $2.6 billion in the IPO. New Holdings cut the price range of its IPO to $8 from $9, down from initial range of 10 to 11. So from 10 to 11 to 8 to $9. So based on price cut down, you can estimate the demand. Okay, so the price of previous HashiCorp, the video that I recorded, actually went from $60 to $80. Okay, so you can understand the demand of the company shares based on the price, whether it is went up or went down. Okay, so digital banking, 3,000 employees, founded in 2013. Okay, so New Bank Brazil. New Holdings is the name of the company. At this price, at around $8 to $9, it will be $41 billion valuation. The revenue of $1.2 billion for last 12 months, with the last to close to $200 million loss. So this is about this new bank. So let's quickly getting into the specialty of the details of what is the differentiation between the new bank and other bank, and how much Warren Buffett invested into this company. So Warren Buffett's fintech play is going public, new bank. So if you look at here, so it's basically they themselves calling us fintech because it's not a physical bank like Bank of America. It's everything is digital, and it is a diversified company. Shares should be priced $8 to $9. Okay, so in June 2021, the company raised $500 million from Berkshire Hathaway to become Warren Buffett's company holdings. So basically, so they raised $500 million. That's a lot of money. So obviously, if they are saying 40 billion, we have to see how much Berkshire Hathaway worth. Ahead of the big event, should investors consider jumping in this fintech company? So obviously, this is the largest fintech, nothing more than $40 billion. So Sao Paulo based new bank that offers digital accounts and international credit cards without fees. Nubank stands out the Brazilian market. The customers have full control of their accounts through a mobile app. Also, the company offers personal loans, insurance, and investment service. So we will see where this revenue coming from based on these categories. So this is Nubank. If you look at the spectrum, so 47 million are coming from digital banking platform, basically bank customers. So SMEs 1.1 million, and if you look at the quadrant, so obviously they do offer credit cards, debit cards, mobile payments, personal loans, new investment accounts, and also insurance, remittance, secured financing, and investments. It's reported that it currently has 48 million customers. This is 25% more than same period at 2020. So represents a aggregate growth rate of 110% since the third quarter of 2018. So compared to year over year, it's a 25% increase. So I really doubt they can grow this rate next couple of years. So regarding Nubank's financials, the company has been posting strong revenue growth as well as steady gross margin expansion. So, and also lastly, Nubank was considered one of the top 100 most influential companies in the world Time magazine and 50 names in the CNBC disruptor list. So if you look at here, the company obviously is around $200 million in just 2018, growing into $1.2 billion, with obviously operating costs also growing. So operating costs not growing as the revenue growing. So which is good news. That's the reason why the total loss is actually going down, but they are still loss making digital bank. So this is about, so basically let's see Warren Buffett. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's holding company, in July 2021 announced it owned a $500 million stake in Nubank equity. The investment made Nubank the most valuable fintech in the world, an estimated $30 billion. So at that time, 5 months back, it was $30 billion company. Now they are saying it's a $40 billion company. So one of the biggest financial institutions in Latin America. So as basically is a value. So if Buffett invested, or Berkshire Hathaway invested $500 million, which means it's a value company, because otherwise if a highly valuated, then they won't invest. Okay, so this is, so obviously for a lot of these fintech companies, profitability. So they are growing revenues, but they are also growing their losses. Fintech companies, they are losing a lot of money these days. The big challenges for fintech company today is reach profitability. Superior user experience and low fees come at a price. Largest customer and active users, but low up margins. So they actually turned into profit in first half of 2021, around $14 million. But still again, they have been expanding a lot of tech and also marketing. So they invest a lot of money. Obviously, they are not profitable yet. So this is obviously not investment advice. Again, not my investment advice. This is purely informational and entertainment purpose. So as I said, is one of the top 50 CNBC disruptors of the company. So if you look at here, so this is Crunchbase private unicorn company list, and of that company, of the 50, as you can see here, the top is ByteDance, Ant, SpaceX, Stripe, Klarna, Canva, Instacart, lot of companies you probably know, Joule, Databricks, Revolt, Cruise, GM's Cruise. This is where Nubank, just above Waymo. So certainly they have technology and it is regarded as a great company, but at the end of the day, it is a fintech company, and there are a lot of fintech companies, and this is one of the, not even US company, this is a Brazilian company. So this is Nubank, and most of their revenue looks like coming from, so if you look at this article, so where is this growth for this company coming from? Okay, so Purple no-fee credit card integrated into the mobile platform. Okay, so if you look at SEC filings and the risks involved, risks to its business as stated in filings, the company has historically derived substantial revenue via its credit card business from interchange fees, 30%. Okay, so this is what you need to understand. Most of the money revenue, 30%, came from credit card business from interchange fees and interest from credit cards. So credit card business is more than 53% in the 9 months to September 30, 2021. These fees could be impacted if they were capped by regulators or provisions from the Brazilian law, which could require responsible credit and financial education. So obviously they posted this loss, but most of the money for them is coming from the credit card fees. That's what it is. So okay, so this is a website, Nubank. As I said, it's a pure digital bank, a digital credit card, everything a digital company. As you can see here, they have mobile app. This is the Nubank credit card, and they have personal finance, insurance, and personal loans, and a lot of other products. So this is about the company. Again, this is not investment advice. This is available today on Robinhood if you want to apply. It's trading between $8 and $9 at $40 billion valuation. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please click the like button. See you.